guys, it's Miss Teresa here at home doing my virtual Sunday school class. I love you all so much and I'm looking forward to our Sunday school lesson today. It's going to be about Joseph in prison. It's coming from the Bible and it comes from Genesis chapter 39. Are we ready? Here we go. In prison, Joseph was the same faithful, hard-working young man he had been in Potiphar's house. The keeper of the prison discovered that he was a good worker who could be trusted. He began to give Joseph jobs to do. The prison keeper put Joseph in charge of the other prisoners. One day, 2 new prisoners were put in the prison. One was Potiphar's chief butler. The other was the Pharaoh's chief baker. One night, each of them had a dream. The butler had seen a vine, and in the vine 3 branches. Then he saw those branches were producing branches of ripe grapes. He took those grapes and pressed out their juice into the Pharaoh's cup, which he had in his hand. Then he gave the cup to the Pharaoh. Joseph listened to the dream and said, "The dream means that the Pharaoh will send for you within 3 days and give you back your job. When you are back in the palace, think of me and tell the Pharaoh that I have been wrongly put in prison. I was even stolen away from my land in the Hebrews." Then Joseph listened to the baker's dream. The baker had seen himself carrying 3 baskets on his head, one on top of the other. In the top basket there was all kinds of cakes and baked goods. But the birds flew down and ate. Joseph said, "This is what your dream means. In 3 days from now, the Pharaoh will send for you and have you put to death." 3 days later, it all came true. Pharaoh sent for his head butler and gave him back his old position. But he gave orders for the baker to be hanged. In prison, Joseph waited and waited to hear from the butler. But the butler had forgotten. For nearly 2 years, Joseph waited, hoping to be set free. Then one night, Pharaoh had a strange dream. None of the wise men could tell him what it meant, and suddenly the butler remembered Joseph. And the Pharaoh had told the Pharaoh all about his dream that had been explained. Pharaoh ordered Joseph to be brought before him. "I have a dream that no one can explain. I have heard about you and your cleverness in understanding dreams," said Pharaoh. "God gives me understanding," Joseph answered. Pharaoh began, "I was standing at the river bank when I saw 7 cows coming out of the water. They were fat and well fed. They talked over in the meadow and began to graze. While I was watching, 7 more cows came up to the river. They were the poorest, sickest, scrawniest cows I ever saw. They ate all the good. The fat cows, they were still just as scrawny as they were before. Next I saw stalks of corn that had 7 good full ears. I saw another stalk with 7 ears that had been parched by the hot, dry wind and from the desert. Those burnt, withered ears of corn ate up to the good ears. God is showing Pharaoh what he was going to do." Joseph told him both dreams mean the same thing. The 7 fat cows and 7 good ears stand for the 7 years when the crops are going to be good, and everyone will have plenty to eat. The 7 thin, sick cows and the 7 dried up ears of corn stand for the next year's 7 years, where nothing is going to grow and people will starve. Then Joseph made a suggestion to the Pharaoh. Men should be appointed to put away some of the food during the plentiful years. Then there would be food for the famine years. Pharaoh was amazed that Joseph told him. Pharaoh was impressed by Joseph's cleverness, that he put him in charge of all the food supplies. He made Joseph the greatest ruler in all of Egypt, next to himself in importance. Wow, can you imagine what Joseph must have felt like then? And this comes from Genesis chapter 39, verses 21 through 23, also chapter 41, verses 1 through 46. Next week, we'll learn about Joseph the ruler. I'm really looking forward to our drive up service this Sunday. I love you all so much. I can't wait to see you. Bye.